headlines. A Phoenix man remains in jail for allegedly killing his parents. It happened early Monday morning. Court documents reveal 38-year-old Jim Miller told police he used his father's shotgun to kill his parents and then used meth to calm down. Miller was diagnosed with several mental health illnesses, but told police he wasn't taking any medication for them. Miller was booked on 2 counts of first-degree murder. So let's go inside the mind and motive of this case. Joining me once again is Dr. Katherine Kuhlman, who is board certified in police and public safety psychology. Katherine, this is so disturbing. We read in the police report that Miller told police he had been diagnosed with bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, and anxiety, but he wasn't prescribed medication because he had been doing well without it. How troubling is this?
So when we look at serious mental illness, which is going to encompass psychotic disorders like schizophrenia and sometimes severe versions of bipolar disorder, it's incredibly significant because a lot of times folks with these particular diagnoses tend to be non-compliant with medication because of side effects, that they don't like how they feel. And if you think about it, the hallmark of schizophrenia are hallucinations or delusions. And somebody who is severely psychotic may not recognize that they are because they believe what's actually happening. And so while somebody might feel like they're doing okay, to the rest of the world, they're very much not.
Right, and that goes back to what we were talking about earlier about family intervention. When they think, the person who has these mental illnesses and they don't know that family intervention is so important, do they have to be on medication for the rest of their life?
You know, it's tough to say. For a lot of mental health problems, the answer for a lot of people is no, because environmental stressors come and go and can impact the way that we manage our problems. But when you're looking at serious mental illness, in order to be functional in society, to be able to take care of yourself, to manage things, a lot of times with those, you really do. And that's the best. That's the gold standard.
Yeah. Well, let's stay on a related topic making news this week. Arizona Senate Bill 1570 is focused on medicinal mushroom therapy advances. Now, this would create a structure for clinical trials of psychedelic mushrooms, also known as psilocybin mushrooms, on patients with specific illnesses like PTSD, bipolar disorder, and chronic pain. Katherine, I know that you see a lot of patients who have PTSD. What are your thoughts about using medicinal mushrooms for therapy?
So as long as there's good evidence-based empirical research supporting an intervention, I am all for any type of intervention that's going to be helpful in treatment. And as we start to see more clinical trials with psilocybin, there's been a lot on animals already, but what we know so far is that the way it works is that it stimulates nerve cell regrowth in the parts of the brain that are responsible for memory and emotion. And so the idea is that if we can stimulate those, that cell regrowth, then essentially people can create new memories. It's almost like replacing those bad memories and being able to process and deal with things a lot better. And so, hey, if that's going to work and we've got the approval from the FDA, like, by all means, we've come a long way.
But I mean, I'm assuming that there still needs to be a lot of studies.
There has to be a lot of studies, and we also need to see longitudinal studies. So while we may see, productivity and a good response in the short term, what's it going to look like with the brain in 15, 20 years? And so that's the question with a lot of the research. And before things get that FDA approval is, well, what's this going to look like in 20 years?
Yeah, that is very, very important. All right, Katherine, thank you so very much. We know that this bill still needs to be passed and signed into law. You've been great. Thank you.